So the fourth question, does each article present information objectively or is there a noticeable bias? So the first source, the post seems to interpret the sardine phenomenon emotionally or superstitiously, implying it might be a sign of disaster or they call it bad omen. This suggests a subjective or sensationalized perspective rather than a scientific analysis. So the second source, the article presents a scientific explanation for the phenomenon, attributing it to upwelling, which is a natural oceanic process. There is no evident bias, and the post aims to educate rather than evoke fear. So the fifth question, what is the overall tone of the article? Neutral, subjective, or sensationalized? So the first source, sensationalized and emotional, potentially spreading fear or misinformation without scientific backing. So the second source, neutral and informative, focusing on facts rather than speculation or superstition. So the first question is, what is the source of each news article? The first source is a Facebook post by Uncle Charles. And the second source is a Facebook post by the Fisheries Students Organization of Mindanao State University, General Santos. So the second question, is the source reputable and does it have a history of unbiased reporting? The first source, it appears to be a social media post from an individual rather than a recognized news or scientific organization. It lacks established credibility or a history of unbiased reporting. So the second source is affiliated with an academic institution, making it more credible. It cites references from scientific sources, showing an effort to provide factual information. So the third question, are the authors recognized authorities in the field covered by the articles? So the first source, the author does not appear to be a recognized expert in marine biology or environmental science. So the second source is, as a university-based organization focused on fisheries, they have more expertise in the field. While the authors are students, their information is based on scientific study.
Number 6. Are there citations or references to support the claims made? Now in source 1, no references or expert opinions that are provided. But in source 2, there include citations from NOAA, academic sources, and government studies, making it more reliable. Number 7. Is there any misinformations or factual errors identified? Now as we can see in both pictures, source 1, there lacks a verification means it could spread misinformation or it might misinterpret natural events. Now in source 2, no factual errors were detected, as the information is aligned with known marine science. Number 8. What is the primary purpose of each article? Is it to inform, to persuade, or to entertain? Now in source 1, for me, it is to solely entertain and engage on social media. But in source 2, for me, it's to educate and inform the public about marine phenomena. Okay, let's proceed to number 9. When were the articles published? And does this impact their relevance? Now, both were posted on January 7, making them equally relevant in terms of timing. So, number 10. Which article do you find more reliable or compelling and why? For me, source 2 is more reliable because first, it provides scientific explanations, it cites reputable sources, and it comes from academic organizations and fisheries and science. That would be all. Thank you.